Good day, folks. How are you all doing? Hope everyone is doing absolutely fantastic, feeling groovy, realizing, of course, the government really don't love you, and also realizing that pretty much everything you've been told since the day you were born is a lie. It is October the 1st of 2025, 5:28 p.m. Mr. Buzz coming to you from the heavily demon-infested province known as Ontario, Canada. If you get anything out of this video, please give me a thumbs up as I ask. And if you'd like to support the channel, I now have a PayPal account. The information is in the description on how you do so. I also normally offer guitar lessons, but I am fully booked at this time and cannot take on any new students right now, so my apologies for that. So, I look for recurring themes and patterns in my interactions with my viewers. And I've discovered one for sure. The Bible tells us that the Lord's ways are basically something we just can't understand. Okay, we don't have the capacity to understand a being so incredible, divine, and amazing as God is. Our tiny little human brains, we don't have much understanding for things like that. Yet I see it all the time. People trying to use their tiny little human brains to understand the ways of the Lord. You're not going to. Okay, you're not going to. For example, the isolation. Why would a loving God isolate me? It's because he's teaching you, actually. Now, that one I can't even understand, but a lot of people can't. They can't understand that. This loving God, he's supposed to shower you with kindness 24 hours a day and never give you any tough love, never teach you anything. That's not the way it is. There's all kinds of things that people are trying to understand with their little human brains that can't be understood. You don't have the capacity, nor do I. So some things you just got to leave to that. You say, I don't have the capacity to understand it. His ways are not understandable to someone like me with my little tiny human brain. Got to remember, it's tiny. It's tiny. It's not very big. It's a little tiny human brain. He has more wisdom in one molecule of himself than any human has in their entire being. Like there's no capacity for us to understand his ways. And there's plenty of scripture to tell you this. Okay, there's just all kinds of it. Isaiah 29 verse 14. Therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people, even a marvelous work and a wonder. For the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid. You won't even see any of that because God's wisdom will just totally obliterate it, and it'll be obvious that human wisdom is not really wisdom. It's not. The arrogance of humans is the problem here, right? Humans like to think they've got things figured out and they understand everything. They don't understand pretty much anything. In 1 Corinthians 1 verse 19, for it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. Same sentiment again, basically. The wisdom of the wise, it's not very wise, it's not wisdom at all, and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. So once God does something, the prudent, as they would be considered by other humans maybe, God's action and his wisdom will prove instantly that there's nothing there. There's no understanding at all. There's no wisdom, no understanding. It's just human silliness because we don't have a clue. 1 Corinthians 1:25, this is my favorite one. For the foolishness of God is wiser than human wisdom. That's just awesome. The foolishness of God is wiser than human wisdom, and the weakness of God is stronger than human strength. That pretty much sums it up. Isaiah 55, verses 8 to 9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the humans are higher than the earth, for as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts. I'm going to read that again because I messed that up so bad. Sorry about that. Isaiah 55, 8-9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts. Okay, then we have, this is the most important one, and this is the most well-known one probably of all these. Proverbs 3, verses 5-6. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. This is the one everybody needs to listen to. You put your trust in him. You don't try to reason these things. Put your trust in him and be done with it. Say, I can't understand it, Lord. You are so high above us, we don't have any understanding of your ways. We don't have the capacity. Therefore, I'm going to let you make all the decisions, and I'm not going to question any of it because my little human brain needs to realize it's a tiny little human brain, and you're the divine creator of all that is. It's really no match for that, right? I'm going to read it again. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. So do not bother to try to reason things out with your little human brain that only the Lord can understand. He is always, they say, playing 5D chess. He's probably playing 1,000,000D chess. He knows the future and everything that's going to happen. And he knows all the events that are going to lead up to something. And you can't even fathom what he knows and how he understands it and how he can plan to make things take place. And you don't even have a chance of understanding even a smidgen of it. You really don't. So your best bet to have peace in your soul is to not ever try to understand things of a divine nature like that. But humans will. They will sit there and they will argue and think their little tiny human comprehension is ample to debate matters that only the Lord can understand. There's no other being at all that understands it other than him. So it's just a matter of knowing our place and not overstepping our bounds. Don't bother trying to understand things that you can't understand. I'm going to read the last one more time. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. That is advice that if you take it, you're going to be so much happier, and things are going to go so much better for you. But what people do is the Lord will direct them to do something through various ways, maybe gives them signs or, through a YouTube video or however he communicates it. He puts words on their heart and they can, they know what he wants, but they still won't do it. They're like, yeah, I know, Lord, but I think I'll do this instead because my tiny little human brain has decided that I know better than the divine creator of all that is. Pure arrogance and pure hubris and foolishness. Let's read that one again. That's probably my favorite. That one would be this one. For the foolishness of God is wiser than human wisdom, and the weakness of God is stronger than human strength. That should put humans in their place and let them know what their place is. Do not question the divine creator of all that is. The divine creator, think about it. You're questioning him with a tiny little human brain that barely works. Okay, and it's me too. I'm not saying you're dumb and I'm smart. I'm saying we're all dumb compared to him. We're not very intelligent compared to God. Not at all. We have barely any understanding of divine cosmic things. We just don't. We just don't. And I think it's pretty obvious he does. Look around you. He made it all. He made it all. Just look at a human, look at an animal, look at life itself. He created that. Do you know how to do that? No, didn't think so. Pretty sure you don't. But this is where the scientists and stuff, they get arrogant. They're trying to create life. They think they can be gods. Hubris. They're leaning on their own understanding, and they're all going to get a very big wake-up call come Judgment Day. So that's all I will say. All I will say about it. See, we can't even talk right. We're a mess compared to God. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed that, please give me a thumbs up. And I will see you all in the next one. Remember that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life.